All right. So, Sonny Singh is our next presenter. Sonny, you here? Come on up here, Sonny, because I didn't bring the correct sheet with me. So I'm going to ask for your forgiveness, and I'm going to interview you as you come up here. So tell me one fact about you.
I was a college tennis player.
You're a college tennis player. I saw that.
Oh,
And
that one fact, all right.
well, no, I saw it and I remember it. And so you're going to be talking to us about Beluga.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about your background.
I joined a company called BitPay in 2014.
Do you need one of these? Get that one right there, number one.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yep.
I got into crypto in 2014 and joined a company called BitPay, which at the time was the largest crypto company in the world.
And I've learned over the last year that BitPay is like the PayPal for coin or crypto.
Yes, it is. And because of all you, the most used currency on BitPay is Litecoin.
Awesome. And if you're talking to someone under 35, you tell them it's the Venmo of current crypto, right? That's good. All right, so I'm going to let you have it. And do you have slides?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. Sorry about that.
Perfect. All right, so hey, great to meet everyone. Sonny Singh, I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company called Beluga. And before we get into what Beluga does and all that, I want to talk about onboarding the next billion users. That's a saying that everyone has in crypto. We're going to onboard the next billion users. Everyone's trying to do that. I'm actually not trying to do that. We don't want to onboard the next billion people. We want to take the current people that have already been onboarded and make them more like you guys. Power users that actually use the products that are out there in crypto already. So often or not, everyone just onboards into crypto, buys some Bitcoin, and then forgets about it and never uses it. It doesn't help the ecosystem at all, right? So we're all about how can we help the ecosystem get more people to become power users. If that works out, the whole industry does a lot better, right? So what's good though right now? We've got, and again, take all the stats you see with, they're from the internet, so who knows what's real or not, but they should be close enough at least, let's say. There are right now 560 million people that are in the crypto industry that own crypto. That is truly amazing. I mean, that is really unbelievable that you can go anywhere in the world, people know about crypto, Bitcoin, Litecoin, which is remarkable because we never had a CMO, a chief marketing officer of crypto, that was helping do this. It happened on its own. If we did have a CMO, we probably would have screwed it up, actually. So it's pretty remarkable that we did that. And so I live in Silicon Valley. There's always startups launching every day, talking to venture capitalists and all that. This number is amazing. This is your total addressable market. This is your TAM. This TAM every year is going up. This will hit $1 billion in a couple years, right? In 10, 15 years ago, this was zero. So we've gone from 0 to 560 million to probably $1 billion in a couple of years. That's an amazing TAM to go after. So every VC saying, hey, you're launching a crypto startup, that's a great TAM slide you have. I see that growth. That's amazing. We're going to give you money. And the crypto startup is great. We're going to launch a Web3 game. This is going to be amazing. We have 560 million users to target. We just get 10% of them. Well, 50 million, we'll make a lot of money. That's great. Then what happens in reality? They start trying to go after the users. Turns out, at most, 50 million are active users. And they say an active user in this definition is someone that's opened their wallet once in a year. So that's not a power user, it's an active user. This all of a sudden becomes now your different TAM that you're going after. It's only 50 million. Now, if the VC had saw that, you might not get that funding check from them anymore because it's not that great, all right? But if you even dig any deeper and more of that, Andreessen Horowitz just came out with a thing a couple months ago on the state of the crypto industry. They were talking about there's about 8 million power users, active wallets every month. So now that's really your TAM now. Now you see why Web3 games aren't working and all the other products that are launching don't really work that well because there's not enough users. But yet we have 600 million people. So crypto has done a great job of onboarding people into crypto, getting a wallet, buying Bitcoin, buying Litecoin, buying whatever, right? But then we've done a terrible job getting them down to the next level. How do I use other products? How do I make a payment and all that kind of stuff? Stake, lending, DeFi, where do I go for that kind of information? And as a result, they just get scared and they just buy and hold and that's it. And then the other problem is when I got into crypto in 2014, there was roughly about 5-6 million users. And I would go around and ask everyone, who here has made a crypto payment? And I'll show of hands, who here has made a crypto payment? This is the Litecoin community. If I walked into a Solana community right now and said, who here has made a payment? No one would have raised their hand, right? In crypto in the old days, everyone used crypto and used it for payments and other functionality. So I would say, a show of hands back in those days was more than half people, but I just put easy math of half, 50%. 50% were using crypto for payments and other items. In the last couple years now, everyone's getting into crypto, is getting in because they hear about, hey, I can get rich, I can make money. So I'm going to buy some Bitcoin on Robinhood or whatever, and I sit there and look at it and go, up $5 today, great, and then I'm bored with it now. No one now is making payments or doing anything with it. So that percentage was at 50% before power users? At best 10% now are power users, right? And that's a problem because you've got a lot of people that are being onboarded for the wrong reasons and don't do anything with it. And they're great vanity stats to say we have 1 billion users, but if no one's using any of these products, then what's the issue we're having like that, right? And again, crypto is truly amazing because, again, you can go anywhere in the world and it's got brand recognition. People know Bitcoin as if they know McDonald's or Coca-Cola. That's unbelievable to achieve that in 10, 15 years, that everyone in the world knows what crypto is. All right, they might not know how to use it, but that's still a remarkable thing. Again, not having a chief marketing officer, a millions of dollar marketing budget and all that kind of stuff. Everyone was acting independently, and it worked though somehow. Now we have to take the next level now of getting these 560 million people that have on board into crypto and get them to start becoming more knowledgeable and become power users. Because if we get that, then the industry won't have crashes every 4 years. And the reason we have crashes every 4 years is because we don't have real users using any of these products right now, right? That's the issue. Everyone just uses it for trading right now. So back in 2014, I joined BitPay. And BitPay, as you know, is a payments company. Very exciting times. We used to compete with like Coinbase to get merchants signing up for crypto. And we actually solved a pain point. There was a reason why merchants actually wanted to sign up. It was a good value add, good thing like that. So when I joined, I would go, right away we'd go talk to Apple, Microsoft, Walmart, you name it, we talked to everyone. And we talked to executive teams. I'd spent, 8 years there meeting with every Fortune 1000 company executive team, meeting with banks all over the world. I'd speak in conferences with 10 people in those days in 2014, right? No one even knew what crypto was in those days. So we've come a long way. But I'd go meet with Apple, for example. And Apple would say, okay, we're interested in learning more about crypto. How do we do it? Well, first is, how big is the user base? And I'd say there's 5 million users. And they say, well, that's a little small for Apple because if we're going to turn on one payment option this year, if we turn on BitPay, you get access to 5 million users, or I can turn on Alipay and get 1 billion users. So that's why Apple in those days wouldn't want to do that. Now, we did get some companies like Microsoft and all them to sign up because they were doing it more for marketing and wanted to be early adopters. But it wasn't necessarily a business case. The business case was actually pretty good as far as why you want to accept crypto. At BitPay, we charge 1% fee. So every crypto payment I made on AT&T, AMC Theaters, Newegg, Microsoft was a 1% fee. That's great because Microsoft, all them pay 2.7% for companies like Stripe or First Data. So that's a big issue. You save 1.7% costs right there. And they're doing billions of dollars of volume. That's a big margin right there. Next is it's global. When Microsoft integrates to BitPay, you can take customers from anywhere in the world. So we did this with Twitch. We did a promotion with Twitch, actually. And Twitch started getting customers from Zimbabwe. They'd never gotten customers from Zimbabwe before because they wouldn't accept credit cards from those countries back in the old days. And also what you do is, as Twitch or any merchants have to do, they have to sign up with different credit card process for different regions of the world. So that's a painful process. They have to keep doing these integrations. With crypto, it's one integration, turns on the whole world. That's amazing. And then last is, there's also no chargebacks. When they made the payment in crypto, in credit cards, when you make a payment, you get sent to the computer and you say, I didn't get it. And then Apple's out of that money, and Visa gives you their money back, or the bank does. And crypto doesn't work that way. So our customer in Newegg, they would do $40,000 of computer orders internationally and ship it and not have to worry about it because they already got paid the money in crypto. It was all good for them. So the pain points are there. It's great use cases and all that. And now, though, when we go talk to merchants, and I'm not at BitPay anymore, and our friend Merrick's there, I'm sure he'll dive more about the payments use case, it's pretty exciting because you say there's 500 million people now that have crypto. So they all want to do it now. So now all the merchants are wanting to accept crypto. It's no-brainer. Everyone's going to accept crypto soon. Airbnb, Uber, Apple, they'll all do it. The problem is, when they get 500 million people, they're going to expect to get a lot of sales through crypto, and it's still not going to happen because we don't have the power users. No one's getting into crypto to make payments and use these products that are all happening, right? So that's the issue we're trying to solve. And again, we want the community to be more like you guys. Litecoin is the most active, one of the most active communities. You guys use your product. It's great. If all the other communities are like you guys, it'd be a great industry right now. We wouldn't have the crashes every 4 years. So again, the other problem we're trying to solve is, what if everyone's always looking for that killer new product to launch that's going to bring on 1 billion people and make crypto easy for everyone? What if that product was already out there? If you made this great Web3 game that millions of people would want to play because it's so great, how would people in crypto even find out about it? All the media covers and all the news and all that is all about the price of Bitcoin and things like that. It's not about the great products that are launching. There's new products launching every day now. VCs are funding everything. There's 25 companies launching every day with great new products, crypto credit cards, great wallets, new games, new everything. How do you get the message out, though? That's the problem, right? So in fintech, you know, in America, we have companies like Credit Karma and NerdWallet. So if you want to get a new credit card or a home loan, you go to Credit Karma, NerdWallet compares the 5 best credit cards, 5 best home loans, you pick one, boom, you move on with your life. Crypto doesn't have that. So this is the problem we actually decided we tried to solve at our company, was to solve this issue, to be a platform where we review and find the best products in crypto, because we believe there are going to be some great products out there, and we want you guys to go use them. And we want to be a Discover platform because we don't have that right now. So when we were raising money for this company 2 years ago, I was meeting with all the Silicon Valley VCs, and I'd say, hey, we're launching Credit Karma NerdWallet for crypto. And they're like, that's amazing. What a great idea you guys have. Credit Karma got bought for $8 billion by Intuit. NerdWallet had a $3 billion IPO. We love the idea. Couple things first. We find it hard to believe that crypto is a $3 trillion industry and you don't have sites like this that already exist, that are big. And I'm like, nope. And they're like, why not? I go, you know why? Because it's not cool. No one in crypto wants to build this product. They want to launch all these crazy new tokens. They're launching a DeLorean car right now, all this other stuff, Space Coin, this, that. No one's making basic fundamental companies like this that need to exist in order for all the other great cool stuff to happen. And they're like, wow, we didn't realize that. And the second thing they would say is, this was when Bitcoin was at 15,000, they're like, we don't think Bitcoin's going back to 100, so we're not buying it. We're not investing because we're all doing AI investing now. So that was kind of what the traditional VCs all said to our company. Then we'd go meet the crypto VCs. I'd go in and say, Mr. Crypto VC, you know, we're Credit Karma, NerdWallet of crypto. Their response was, never heard of those companies. Credit Karma, what is that? NerdWallet, never heard of this thing. And I explained how Credit Karma worked, NerdWallet, and they're like, yeah, where's your token? We only invest in companies that have tokens. So you started to see then also now that, you know, great engineers might be coming out of Facebook that want to build real good products for crypto, but they're not getting funded unless they have a token around it. And not every product in the world needs a token. And so that's an issue that's happening in the industry that we're trying to make light. You know, hopefully that changes more as more and more VCs get more money into the system, that you don't always need a token to succeed and make a real business, right? So luckily, because, you know, we were able to raise some money. We were backed by Charlie Lee, also invested too. We're backed by key execs from Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, you know, all the big names in crypto, because we're trying to solve a problem that they all know exists, that they don't want to admit about, that they don't want to admit that there's a shortage of real power users in crypto. So that's what we did. So we launched Beluga, which is kind of NerdWallet or Credit Karma for crypto. And the name Beluga, first of all, in crypto, everyone wants to be a whale. Belugas are the smartest whales out there. So we want to become a smart crypto whale. That's kind of, plus they also make really cool logos and fluffy mascots. So that's also very important in crypto. So we made a fun, easy site that's, and again, and the power crypto users will say, hey, you know, all you guys, well, I don't need your site. I've got Masari, Nansen, DeFi, Llama. What do I need your site for? Well, you're right, you probably don't, Nan, but that's 3 sites that you have to go to. The regular other 500 million people in crypto don't go to those sites. They can't understand how those sites work. The site is meant for those 500 million people to start understanding more about the crypto they own and what they can do with it. That's kind of where it comes in, and that makes it a much bigger marketplace, right? And so again, our goal is to make our users like you guys, all right? You guys are the power users. We want to take the 500 million people and make them more like you guys, all right? Not just buy and hold anymore, but buy, hold, play, spend, learn, earn, use, stake, whatever, right? There's so many different things we can do with crypto that's happening right now. We got to get these things working, actually, because there's so many great ideas out there. So, you know, we write these great product reviews about new products that are launching, new Web3 games that are launching. But you know what's funny? there are no great Web3 games yet and all that kind of stuff because there's not many out there yet. We don't have, we do these great products, but we know the people, what they care about the most is what's the hot new token to buy. That's all anyone cares about in crypto. So we give them what they want. We create a top 50 list of all the top new projects that are launching, that are backed by tier 1 VCs and all that information, and that gets you coming to the site. And then once they're on our site, then we say, oh, by the way, here's some great new products that are launching. Here's some great new Web3 games you might want to play. So we give them what they want first and then start trying to make them smarter and knowledgeable about other products in crypto that are happening once we make them a trusted user from our community, right? So again, we launched about 6 months ago. Doing very well so far, great traction. The great stat I like to say, which impresses the Web2 people, we have 165,000 Twitter followers, which isn't really a lot in crypto, but that's more than Credit Karma and NerdWallet combined. And so people in Web 2 get really impressed by that, but Web 3 no one cares about because who knows how many of them are bots or real anyways, right? So we're definitely getting a lot of great traction right now, but we're just starting out this mission. And again, our goal is to make them like you. That's what we're trying to do. We want to make them as smart as you guys, and if we can do that, the whole industry will do a lot better together. Thanks.